This is the Bradford home, more commonly referred to in these parts as the Ma Barker house. It was the scene of the 1935 shootout between FBI agents and gangland legend Ma Barker and her son Fred. The infamous duo died in the hail of bullets, but the shootout left the Bradfords, who had rented the home to the Barkers, with the job of patching up more than 2,000 bullet holes. The home sits on prime lakefront property in the tiny Marion County community of Floethe. It has remained in the Bradford family for nearly 86 years, frozen in time and open to the general public only on special occasions. But recently, the property was sold out from under the house. Developers now want it removed and have offered it to the county. The catch, coming up with the money to relocate it. The closest site that could accommodate it is the Floethe Chamber of Commerce property across the street, a distance of some 1,000 feet. Moving it there would cost $120,000. Once in its new location, the house would become a self-supporting tourist attraction and museum. Marion County Tax Collector George Albright, who has been spearheading the campaign to save the house, recently went to the Marion County Commission looking for financial help. While Chairwoman Kathy Bryant and the rest of the Commission have, and in the past, remained receptive to helping out with the funding, they decided a committee should be formed to come up with the funding recommendations.
I think there is a lot of value in the history for the Ma Barker house, and I think that it could actually become a destination should we get to the point where we could refurbish it to where it could be opened up to the public.
During a tour of the home by news media, Albright had this comment on Bryant's request.
I think that all 5 of the commissioners are very supportive of what we're doing. They just want to get a little handle on the cost because up to this point, I'm the only one that's had the figures. For instance, we just got the moving costs last week. We brought 2 movers on site and we got their bids, and we still don't have a bid from Duke Energy about lifting up the wires. So they just want to see what they're getting into before they start.
And if the County Commission fails to fund the relocation?
We're not going to let that happen. I think all 5 of the Commission is on board, and we're going to save this for the people of Marion County and the people of the state of Florida.
The house itself is a time capsule. There have been minor upgrades and much of the original furniture remains. It was upstairs in this bedroom that Ma and her son fled and exchanged gunfire with FBI agents for several hours before being killed.
This is what I want to show you. You might have to close the door. There we go. And I want you to look when they found the bodies, how much shooting went on in here. So there was a lot of shooting that came on from down there and there. And see how it ricocheted off of here? Look at all the fillings in here. Look at the door. And you look at this side of the door. Look at where they filled the door back in over here for all the bullet holes.
Earlier, during his presentation to the Marion County Commission, Albright revealed some of the artifacts recently discovered on the property by the Central Florida Metal Detectors Association.
They found 30 bullets or 30 shell casings from the FBI that were shot in the house and 2 bullets that were shot out of the house. They asked me to come to Sanford, and they presented me with Fred Barker's pinky ring that was found outside of the house about 50 feet. And it says FGB on it, which we now know was, the middle name was George, it's Fred George Barker. Somehow of the 6 weeks he was there, he lost the ring.
It is hoped that the Marion County Commission will help fund some or all of the relocation costs. Other organizations like Save Lake Weirs have already pledged their support, but more is needed. Albright says a mechanism for accepting contributions will be announced in the very near future. In the meantime, you can reach him at this email address.